Hello everyone, my name is Gordon. I'm with Unlock Your Bioenergy. Today is Tuesday, September 2nd, 2025. And today is day number 141 with X39. Which I got right there. Just want to point that out. And today's subject heading, why do we need this? Now, this is a pretty broad statement, but stick with me because you'll soon discover what I'm trying to explain to you. The reason being, because there's this fellow, I'm sure if you're like myself, you probably see this guy. His name is Gary, and I'm going to play this little clip here. Let's have a listen. Let's try this again. Gotta turn on the audio. Always good to turn on the audio. Alright, let's have it. Let's see it.
Imagine a tool that could speed up healing, reduce inflammation, and build muscle. That's the power of peptides. Let me talk to you about one peptide in particular. It's called BPC-157, Body Protection Compound 157. This is a gastric pentadecapeptide synthesized from gastric juice that is a sequence of amino acids, and when this specific sequence is put into the body, it calls the body to heal itself. Remember, we heal by having platelets show up to the site of inflammation and drop off valuable growth factors into our tissue. If we could increase the amount of growth factors delivered to the tissue, we could accelerate healing. This is the basic mechanism of BPC-157. So you have knee, hip, shoulder, rotator cuff, or ankle strains. This may be a peptide you want to talk to your functional medicine doctor about. It's also excellent at healing and sealing the gut since it is synthesized from gastric juice. It is tolerated very, very well orally.
This is an interesting thing. BPC, Body Protection Compound. This is an interesting subject for me. And the reason because it says it's a bunch of like amino acids. A lot of us know that our body are electric. So what is being put into your body? We know that salts have an effect on batteries, right? So is it I don't know, is it a gimmick per se? And the reason why I ask this question is because when you are 12 years old, male or female, and if you are into activities, playing in the playground, you lift yourself up on a monkey bars, or you jump off the side step, or you go on the swing and you have to pull yourself to kind of mimic a row and to generate force to swing in the swing. If you do that, let's say for the first time, you might have some sore muscles the next day, or you go home and you're sore. And then you wake up the next morning and you recover it, and you go and you play again. And you do this. Now, is it necessary to have a BPC, Body Protection Compound, in your body? No, because your body is at a high level of processing this, and the reason why you grow is because your body's rebuilding cells. So what's necessary for that to happen? It's a very good question. Why do we need this? Now, here I'm on like a broken record talking about water. And it's, in my opinion, since our bodies are, some people say 70% water, some people say 90% water. Well, wouldn't you want to have the best inside your body? I'm just saying, because you know that if you are dehydrated, you are lacking hydrogen. So, you need to have the cleanest, but also the most absorbable version of it. And is there differences? And the answer is yes. And the reason being is because hydrogen comes in 3 different states in form of isotopes. If you don't believe me, well then you need to start doing your research and figure out, okay, who's telling the truth and who's not. And I think there are people that are telling the truth. It's just whether you decide to listen to it. You know, you don't want information to go in here and then come out the other. Then nothing's registering inside. So I'm just trying to help convey the message and what I believe is true, because I'm demonstrating it. It's one thing to say, make a statement or say anything and not back it up. This is why I drink this water for the last 4 years. And is it maintaining my longevity, cellular strength inside that of the body? Do I need to have BPC 157 and use that as a tool when this is what we should be focusing on? I'm asking serious questions, because we should be thinking about this. Now, what about the water that's coming out of the pipe? You shower in it, you drink it, you cook with it. Are the isotopes locked? This is the first cup I'm drinking today. First one. I drink maybe about 2 or 3 a day. That's it. Do I have the need to drink 10 of those? Mm-mm. You know why? Because if you know me, I always carried Carmex with. I always had it because I suffered chapped lips all the time. You probably could tell I, had the chapstick. Now, after I started drinking that water, guess what happened? I have no need to use chapstick ever again. And is that telling me something? Especially if I had to put chapstick on in the summer, let alone in the wintertime, or spring or in the fall. I was putting on in the summer. Why is that? Well, because living in Alberta, it's dry here. And when the humidity drops, in the summertime it could be 35, 40%. That's low. And in the winter it drops even more, because everything's frozen. So, is it something that I'm going to notice? Yeah, I sure did. The first winter I realized that the eczema I had in my hands was gone. So did it correlate to the chapstick? Yep. Okay. But now we'll rewind back to this guy. Gary, BPC, body protection. When you're 12 years old, you don't need this kind of stuff. You're not thinking, your mother probably say, you're not getting that. You're going to get the hamburger helper meal that I'm going to make for you today, and it's going to give you the amino acids, and you're going to eat some fruit. And most mama bears don't know about water. They don't. But are more mama bears learning about it? If they're listening? Perhaps. Right? So it's important for mama bears out there to know. And this is basically when you are 12 years old. This is an important thing, because you're not thinking about BPC 157. Your parents are never going to buy it for you. And if they are, then there's something they need to tighten a few, because I think you're being misled a little bit. Because it's not a trigger for if there's a problem with the body in terms of growing, then you have to look at not injecting things. No, what's the root cause of it? Are the kids lacking something as a trigger? One of those triggers is physical fitness. That's why they have gym class at school, so the kids are active, doing pull-ups and jumping, playing dodgeball, throwing the balls, getting them to run, because it's good for them. They need it. It's one of the triggers for longevity. And if you think that 76-year-old people, 80-year-olds are doing, lifting weights and they're in great shape, well, yeah, because they're continuing that trigger. They're forcing the body to respond, much like how I'll show you in this video. Okay? This guy here is Pete. He's a doctor. And he talks about fighting the big C. The big C. So let's listen to what he has to say.
If cancer is fueled by broken metabolism, then why aren't we starting there? In fact, one of the first things I learned after being diagnosed with brain cancer, the way your cells make energy will actually determine whether you heal or whether the disease takes over. And that's where alpha lipoic acid comes in. This isn't hype, it's a medical grade antioxidant that reactivates your mitochondria and flips cancer's energy switch off. Here's what it does. It restores oxidative metabolism, turns on PDH, the enzyme that cancer turns off. It reverses the Warburg effect and makes your terrain unwelcoming to cancer. It's actually been studied around the world. It's been used in integrative clinics as well. It's one of the most powerful tools that I personally used early on in my healing journey. I used it under medical supervision, an IV of ALA, 300 to 600 milligrams each week, infused over 30 to 45 minutes. I stacked it with keto and hyperbaric oxygen therapy and personalized nutrition. It wasn't about fighting cancer for me. It was about establishing the terrain of my body in such a way that cancer was no longer hospitable.
He mentions a few things in this particular video which raises some flags for me. And the first one is, he said alpha lipoic acid. So here, this is from wikipedia.org. You can see here, Wikipedia. Okay. And I look at, I'm thinking about what is in ALA. So here's the chemical formula of lipoic acid. Where is it? Description. There it is at the top. So, right there, at the very top you see of the photo. Lipoic acid. And then here, I'm looking at the chemical formula. So you have 8 atoms of carbon, 14 atoms of hydrogen, 2 atoms of oxygen, and 2 sulfur, I think. S is for sulfur. So if we go 2 plus 2 plus 8 is 10, and then another 10, 24. So total of 24 atoms. So, and 14 of those 24 is hydrogen. So, hydrogen is very common in everything. And when you put it in here, when you bite it and you eat it and it goes into your digestive system, what are you doing? You are providing a form of hydrogen for your body that your body's going to take. It's going to use it. It's required for all kinds of things inside the body. Everything. Circulatory system, blood quality, brain cells, mitochondria, what else? Like organs, muscle, bone, cartilage. Like, it's remarkable how it's utilized in everything. Because hydrogen is the smallest atom and it crosses everything. Brain barrier, everything. Okay. This is why I'm so strict with regards to getting the cleanest, but also the most absorbable version of it. Here I am eating 1 meal a day, but still maintaining good muscle mass. Not doing any creatine, not any crealkaline, no other supplements, nada. Zilch. Am I taking salts every day? Yes, because within salts, you go make sure you get those 3 magnesiums, 3 different kinds. That way your body processes it, and then you don't get muscle cramps. Combine that with the water. Now you have a situation where you're supporting. You have the building blocks, and the building blocks are what's necessary to maximize your longevity. basically what it is. It doesn't get any simpler than that. And this is why I say good health should not be complicated. But an industry has made it just that, complicated. Why? Because if it's complicated, then you're confused. You don't know what to do. If you're confused, then you're going to try to talk to your doctor, who may be a professional licensed distributor of perhaps prescriptions that are maybe not that good for you. They're more focused on managing as opposed to fixing. We all know herbs from God's green garden. All the stuff is here. So do herbs and stuff like that filter out, impurities? Yeah. But then if it's covered with glyphosate, for example, then it's just, now you're ingesting a gut disruptor. Over the years, you have more gut disruptors. What's going to happen? Your gut's going to get kind of affected by it. So how do you clean it? Or is our bodies being attacked from other ways? Maybe. Maybe that's why we have all these issues. We have more issues today than we did 20 years ago. When I was growing up, there were some things that just didn't exist. Mind you, we didn't have the internet back then, so you wouldn't be able to know as much or as frequently, because news was traveling slower at that time. Now things are like 10 seconds and you know everything that's going on. If it's real. Now that's a conversation for another day. So it brings me back to this guy, about creating the conditions inside the body so that way you can thrive. I'm just saying, it's not pretty difficult to figure it out. Cleanest but the most absorbable, that should be numero uno. Water. And I will keep saying it till till it kind of registers. Because yesterday I was pushing to failure. I was doing back, and biceps. I can feel the long head today. Yeah, it's sore, but it's not 2 days sore. No. And how is that with eating only one meal a day? How? Has it something to do with mitochondria and cellular strength? Having the water as part of the glue? I wear this all day. It's like being in the sun. And speaking of which, the sun. Today in Strathmore, there's an air quality warning. My location. Okay? And the smoke was outside. There's forest fires or something. I don't know where the smoke's coming from. I think, so the sunlight. Now it's starting to come out. But this morning it was pretty overcast. It was pretty dark. And, does it affect your body's ability to absorb the sun if you're traveling in the sunlight in the morning? Well, yeah, right? How many people wear jackets? How many are, sun tanning while they're driving or while they're in the transit? No. Everybody's all bundled up and they're wearing their microwave, headband or headphones, right? Zapping their brain with the frequency. And they say, oh yeah, it's only, 1/10 of the power. 1/10 of the power, but if you do it every day, do you think it's going to add up? I don't know. Just saying. So, what I said earlier, what do we need in our bodies? Since we're electrical beings, got to have the salts, got to have the good water. Plays a role. And we need light.
Infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
Think about that. Here I am wearing this, creating that stimulus, that trigger inside the body to activate the process of photobiomodulation. Much the same way as sunlight, but we know winter's coming. Fall is just around the corner. Our days are getting shorter. The sun is going away. And what happens when the sun goes away? The tree leaves start to turn brown and they fall off the tree. And nothing grows after that. Why is that? Because light is needed. The infrared, the red light, is needed for the process of photosynthesis, which is kind of almost similar to photobiomodulation in a roundabout way. So, can we offset that when the winter comes? Yep. And the other thing is that yesterday, I think I talked about, yes, it was yesterday, tanning beds are now infrared beds. Tanning. Right? But if you go to that, you know how much are you going to pay? One of these patches is $10. About that, Canadian. $10 Canadian after the exchange. Okay? And can you reuse them? I am. And I will continue to use them. Because I know what it feels like when I wake up in the morning after doing this.
What's actually happening inside your muscles when you work out? It's not just magic. It's a 3-step process of breaking down and building back stronger. First, when you lift weights or challenge your muscles, you're creating tiny microscopic tears in the muscle fibers. Now this sounds bad, but it's actually the spark that ignites growth. Second, your body senses this damage and goes into full-on repair mode. It sends healing cells that not only patch up those tears, but they overcompensate, rebuilding the fibers thicker and stronger than before. That's the secret. It's adapting to be ready for the next challenge. But here's the part most people forget. This repair process can't happen without the right fuel and the right amount of rest. You need protein to give your body the actual building blocks for new muscle. And most of this rebuilding happens while you're sleeping. So if you're not getting enough sleep, you're literally robbing yourself of gains. So the ultimate formula for muscle growth? Challenge your muscles, feed your body, and get your rest.
So there's talk about protein. What else is in protein? Can you answer that question? I can. Because think about it. If you eat beef, what does a cow eat all day? All day, every day? For the duration of their lives? Hay? Grass? Maybe a few other things? Corn? I don't know. Like, seriously, what are farmers feeding them? Grass-fed beef. So what's in grass? Is it all the amino acids? I don't know. But it just kind of makes me think. are there minerals in grass from the ground? Are there? Yeah. So, and the reason why I bring this up, because there's a fellow that I follow, and he talks about going to the gym and not having a lot of protein, but minerals. And the results that he's experienced from those minerals are pretty pronounced. So, does it correlate to kind of what I'm doing and how I feel? I'm taking minerals from the salts. Sea salt has anywhere up to 80 minerals. So is the body going to say, oh, I know what I'm going to do with this, and put it to good use? Now, does a cow get the same amount of minerals as it would from fish? There's a lot of us out there, we follow, celebrities, and one of those celebrities is Dwayne Johnson. Now all of a sudden he's like a skinny toothpick. But when he's working out, he would eat lots of fish, right? What? And that specifically cod, swimming through the ocean. And do you think that the cod are going to have minerals from the sea salt? I'm just asking the question. So do you not see there's a correlation? Our bodies are electric. So is there a connection between salt and muscle mass? I don't know. I'm just asking the questions. That's for you to figure out. But one thing that is good that I know of, and the question is, do you squat? Squat. This is, some of you might find this very funny, but the reason why I say squat, this kind of squat. Do you squat? And the reason being is because before current civilization existed, what did they do? Oh, I'm going to go hide behind a tree and I'm going to squat and poop it out. Does it help deplete buildup inside the digestive tract? It helps. Yeah. So you can find it like this. And guess what? I've had this for several years. I like using it. But I never thought about talking about it. Does it help keep you, the digestive system operating? Yeah, it helps. Much the same like, what's this? There's a fellow by the name of Dr. Brian Artis, his wife. He tells a story about the birth of his second child. And the story behind it is that Brian Artis didn't want to have a C-section. He says, no C-section. No. And the reason being is because it correlates to this. In ancient civilizations, how did women deliver babies? Did they squat like this? Does it help widen the hip cavity to allow to deliver birth, to give birth? And this is the reason why Brian Artis says he wanted to have the birth of his second child like this, because his wife struggled the first time where she was on her back, and most pregnant women You know, they're on their back. And why is this? Is it because of discomfort? Yeah, I'm sure that if women could give birth, like the first child, you know, let's say in a fraction of the time, would they do it? Would they try it? Probably. What's the assistant? How do you do it? Squat. And that's why in hospitals they have the bars that actually, you know, they're on the side of the bed and they raise up, and so women can hold on to themselves and support themselves while they give birth. And it's a true story. Dr. Brian Ardis talks about it. Ardis is his last name. So, are there better ways of doing things? Yeah. Should women be lying on their back when they're giving birth? Why is that? Well, apparently there's a story where there is a king of sorts. He wanted to see his wife or wives give birth. He wanted to watch. That's how it kind of started. And now should it be a thing? Still be a thing? I don't think so. So that's my spiel for today. I hope it connects some dots for you, much like those dots on that screen, which will take you to unlock your bioenergy. Okay? Browse around, have a look, and Josh, if you're watching, hear me out. Theo is on board. He posted about it last week. Do you think he knows something? Theo. You know that name, as do I, as most all Albertans who follow hockey. So is it a coincidence? I don't know. It's very, very interesting. I've known about this stuff for 3 years. 3. I thought, okay, I'm going to try it. You know, because how it feels when you wake up in the morning or you're getting enough night during the course of the winter. Your body aches, you know, like it's just, does it need another trigger? I found it. Body doesn't ache. My body doesn't ache. And with me being close to 49, that says something. I want to feel as young for as long as possible, because I still want to be able to play my accordion. I love that thing. But I also want to be able to not be crippled, be in a wheelchair, not be able to get up, do things around the house, help my, family members, help those around me do things, whether it's, some work around the house or whatever, to have purpose. We always want to have purpose. But if we can't do it ourselves, if we can't get out of bed to be purposeful, we're all going to die eventually. All of us. But just remember that we can offset that, or we can maximize our time that we're given here. Go to the website, try it. $10 a day. Or stretch it out. Try it. But remember, you want the cleanest and most absorbable. It's very important. Very important. I cannot begin to stress that. So, today's session, exercise, we're going to do push-up, chest, and triceps. So today is pushing. Yesterday was pull. Alright? So, the first exercise is going to be a push-up with a cross. And crossing. Okay. Now, this is more of an advanced type movement. So, after doing push-ups, let's say on the weekend, I'm starting to really feel my strength regaining now, and because of, and a lot of that has to do with my body's ability to recover. So today's push-up is taking a band. I've got one here on the floor. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Okay, got an ankle strap. Basically, what I'm going to do is put it in the elbow like this. And I've got a second one over here attached on the bottom. Attach that. Now we're going to go into a push-up position. You push up, one, and cross each time the hands. So instead of standing, I'm actually in that position. I'm crossing the weight, pulling it across the chest, activating the chest fibers and following them. Okay? And if I get to a point where I am fatigued with doing push-ups, I have weights set up on the floor so I can switch. So it reduces the amount of weight. I want to go as strong as many as I can to failure with a regular push-up. And then if I get to the failure, or no, actually, the red card will be the weighted. So yeah, I've got there. The red will be on the floor, so my back will be on the floor. Take the weights and attach the bands to my elbow, and then cross them like this. Push up, and cross. Push up, cross. Okay? Following the fibers. And then for the triceps, I've got two bands. One is at almost eye level. The one at the top here. This is a red band. So this one here, eye level, you're going to face away from the wall and basically take and extend to half, like a 90-degree angle. So basically, the arms are like this, extend it to about a 90-degree. Okay? And then I've got a second band that is going to be facing towards. And this one here is about elbow height, anchor point. So I'm out there, you can see. And when you facing towards the wall, you start at a 90-degree angle like this and you press it down. So by stepping away, you're actually going to involve a little bit of the lats, and that way you're getting, you're using more stability to execute the tricep. So that way, like this, down, 90-degree, and up. So basically, it's going to mix up the playing with the angles. So instead of using a full motion or tension for the full motion of the tricep, I'm splitting it up a little bit. Okay, because with push-ups, it's going to help. It's also going to add additional training to the triceps because they help. They're involved with that motion. And then the jack, of course, is the jump rope. So let's get to it. Yesterday's heart rate wasn't very high. Only 290 calories based off of heart rate. So, but I know I pushed pretty aggressively. And let's begin. So, first face card, cards are all ready to go, shuffled. So we have Black King 3. So we got push-up crosses. So I'm going to take the band and I'm going to put it in, anchor it on the elbow, back, this one as well. Equal strength. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. 9. So we're facing away from the wall. That means we are doing 1 on the bottom, facing away. And there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next up, Jack 8. And we got 80 skips. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. All right. Oh, yeah, 80. Next up, we have Queen. Black Queen 4. So we're facing towards the wall. Yeah, facing towards. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll get it right eventually. Okay. Next, Black King 8. So we have push-up crosses. Here we go. And I said 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. All right. Next up, we have Black Queen 5. So we're facing towards. I'm going for. Yeah, I get it right. Black Queen facing towards. Here we go. 5 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next up, Red King 6. So we have weighted. Okay. This time we'll go this way. So kind of mixing it up a little bit. I'm using 30. So here we go. I said 3, right? No, 6. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. All right. Next up, Red Queen 9. So now we're facing away. This one here is the eye level band. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right. Next up, Black Ace 3. So we have push up, Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now we have the black queen, which is the face towards. So this one here is elbow height. And we have 3 reps. 1, 2, 3. Next up, 30 skips. 10, 20, 30. All right. Next up, jack, 7, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Next up, jack again, 4, 10, 20, 30, 40. Next up, jack again, 7, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Next up, probably ace 6. Red ace 6. All right. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I think 6, yeah, that was 6. Now we have red queen, which is facing toward. 6 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure you squeeze that tricep. 60 skips. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. All right. Next up, red ace again. This time 5. So we have 5 weighted on the floor. Actually, let's switch sides, go this way. Just because it's straighter. Okay. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it was 5, right?
Now, red queen, which is facing away from the wall. Here we go. 5 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, 50 skips. Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Next up, red king 10. So this time we have the weighted push-ups. If you want to do the old-fashioned way, you can. I'm going to do it this way. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8. 9. And 10. Oh, wow, that feels good. Next up, we have black ace. Oh, yeah, black ace 6. So we're doing the push-up this time with the cross. I said 6 reps. Now it's gonna get interesting. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5. All right, that's the king portion done. Next is facing towards, so elbow tight. And we have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 60 skips. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. All right, 2-minute rest. 1440. Whew. Feels good. Just gonna open this up a little bit more. Yeah, okay. Okay, 1 minute down. we are Josh, if you're watching or you're participating, good. I know you like these workouts, and with the cards it really makes it interesting. A little more on the high intensity side, because you can work out hard but you can't do it for very long. Okay, 20 seconds left. Ten seconds. First card is going to be King, Black King 10. So we're doing push-up crosses. Let's begin. Okay. Let's go. Here we go. And here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Next card. Queen. Red Queen. 7. So we're facing away. Band at eye level. 7 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Next card. Jack 4. Let's go. 10, 20, 30, 40. Next card. Black Queen 5. So we're facing towards, band at elbow height. 5 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Next up, Black King 4. All right, push up with the bands, crosses. Here we go. And here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Next up, Black Queen 3. So we're facing towards, band at elbow height. 3 reps. 1, 2, and 3. Next one, King 10. So we're Red King 10 reps. This time I'm going to do it with the weights. The weights give it a different feel. Ten reps, I said. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 9, and 10. Next card is Red Queen and 9 reps, so facing away, eye level with the bands. Okay, here we go. 9 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right. Next up, Black Ace 3. So, regular push-up, the bands. Come on. This takes a little bit of time. Okay. Now go 3. Here. Here. 2. 3. Now we have facing towards. So this one's anchored at elbow height. 3 reps. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. All right. Now 30 skips. 10, 20, 30. All right. Next, Jack 5. Here we go. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Next up, Jack again. 9, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Next up, Jack 8. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Oh, I did too many. Next, Red Ace 8. So we're on the floor. Eight reps. Yeah. Wow. Here we go. Where's 1? 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And queen, we have the ace still to do. So it's red ace, we are facing away. So that's eye level, anchored band. Here we go, 8 reps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, 80 skips. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. All right. Next card, red ace again. 7. So we have the banded on the floor, push-ups, weight, 7 reps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I said 7. Having the bands with that, you know, if you swing too far, you gotta hold it. Okay, now, facing away from the wall, we have eye level band, tricep, 7 reps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. All right, 7, 70 skips. 1, 2, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. All right. Next up, red king, 10. So we have the weighted push-ups, the bands. How come? Really? Okay. Oh. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Oh my gosh. I'm using 20 pounds for weight because it's the yellow or the white power block. The white is 20. All right, last card, black ace 6. All right, this time finishing with the regular push-up. We have 6 reps. Okay, here we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to make sure I get this last rep the way I want it. Solid rep. Here we go. And 6. Now we have facing towards while, so that's the elbow anchor. 6 reps. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Last but not least, 60 skips, and we're done. 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. All right, that's a wrap. We're at 33:20. One minute is done. Wow. Remember, I'm powered, my recovery is powered by X39. Scan the QR code to find where you can get it from. Half a minute left, and we're done. And I am reusing patches. This one still sticks. All right. 3, 2, and 1. So that is a wrap. So today's date, you can see here, September 2nd, 2025. As you see on the screen. Deleting that screen capture. And here you'll zoom in. You can see where my heart rate almost starts at. Just above the 50 where it was. And then, so I hit the 150 mark there. And then again. And then here, I hit it well above it. So I'm probably getting close to, you know, like a second wind kind of thing. And then at the end, pushing through. So was in that heart rate zone for only 30 seconds for the entire workout. So obviously with my rate of breathing and my level of intensity, I'm able to push. You can see my sweat here. And today was a solid effort. And Josh, if you're participating, good. You know I'm no slacker. I never was. And I push you all the time. It's good. I saw you and probably when you were training with me, I think back at the Fleet gym. You were in darn good shape that time. And I think I had a little bit to do with that. So, you know, it's good to challenge yourself and also challenge your friends, because we're in this together. We live here together. And if my energy, sharing my energy with you helps you, okay, show your support. Add some real power to your recovery. The red light therapy beds are okay, but I'm telling you, I still got it. It feels good. Anyhow, see you tomorrow. Bye for now.